video time with Jodi.
Hey guys. So when I was in grade 6, we did this unit in my gym class, and it was called cross country. And really what that meant is that we ran really long distances across country. So I think the race that we did was 3 kilometers, and that's a pretty long time to be running. So I remember I was doing the race, and after a kilometer, they gave us some water. We came across these little cups on a table, and they're like, hey, do you want a drink of water? And after a kilometer of running, I was like, yes, I need that water. And then we would run another kilometer, and we came to the same kind of table with these little glasses of water. And at that second one, I actually drank 2 glasses of water because I was so thirsty. And then I was coming in at the end and running as fast as I could at the end, and I'd got through, and then they're like, oh, Jodi, what do you want? And I was like, get me water, I need water. So I don't know about you guys, but water is one of my favorite things to drink anyway. Really like the water. And then even after doing something like that, I really needed water. So the thing is water is awesome and is really good and actually really necessary. Maybe actually, just talking about water, I think I might actually like to get a glass while I tell you guys a story about water. Refreshing. The thing is, with water, I can just go to the tap and get it whenever I want. Right? I can shower any day that I want. When I go to the bathroom, I use some water in the toilet. These are things that we just have, right? We just have a lot of water. Not everybody has a ton of water. Not everybody just has a sink in their house where water comes out. Not everybody can take a shower every day. This is actually a story about a place that doesn't have a lot of water. Actually, people were very thirsty. They couldn't just have a drink when they wanted. And the thing about water, guys, it's not only good for us, so drinking it, washing with it, that sort of stuff, but you actually need water to make crops grow. So if you don't have any water, you actually don't have any food either. So these people were really thirsty and really hungry. And we're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do without water? So this guy bought some land, and he was exploring the land. And in there, he actually found a well. So a well is basically a big hole with water. So he went, this is awesome. I've got water. So why don't I just share it with everybody? If everybody needs water, why don't I give it to them? Very nice guy. So what he said is hey, everybody, look, I found a well. Come get the water you need. So people came from all over the town to come and get the water they'd need, right? They'd bring big buckets and get it and be like, yeah, thanks, guy. This is really awesome. Thank you for the water. And you'd be like, oh, no problem. I'm glad to do it. I'm glad we all have water now. And now we can water our plants and stuff, so we also have food. And everything was really good in the land. Then what happened is the guy was like, you know what? I actually have to go away for a while. I think it was a business trip or something. So he was like, I actually need to take off for a while. But I need somebody to look after my land and my well. So we put these guys in charge of it, and let's just say things didn't go very well. But I'm actually going to stop the story there, and if you guys want to hear the end of it, you're going to have to come next week. And I'm also going to let you in on a little bit of a tip. The story's actually not about water. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a simile or a metaphor or imagery or something like that. It's when you use something to mean something else. So if I was hey, I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. Do you guys actually think I would be eating a horse? That'd be kind of weird. I'm not just going to go eat a horse. But you'd actually know I'm really, really hungry. That's kind of what's happening in this story. Even though it's about water, it's not actually about water. But if you want to know what it's actually about, you'll have to come again next week. See you guys.